Before we continue, I would like to clarify that this video is neither for or against homosexuality. Cosmic Spectic, in his video, has given a reasoning why homosexuality should be considered amoral. I disagree with the reasoning that he has given, and hence I am making this video. Before we proceed, let us have a look at the clippings that I will be referring to in my response.
Disclaimer, this video is not anti-homosexuality. The video title probably doesn't mean what you think it means. Is homosexuality moral? The answer? No. Wait, let me clarify that. When I say no, that homosexuality is not moral, rather what I want to imply is that the question as a whole is erroneous. The mistake being made here is an ungrounded assumption that homosexuality as a topic, or an act, or an orientation, falls within what I call the moral sphere, that is, things that can be viewed and judged in the context of morality. Everything we ever do falls within one of two categories. It either falls within the moral sphere, or it falls within the amoral sphere, that is, not in the moral sphere. My goal here is to describe the difference between these two spheres and explain which one is home to homosexuality. My aim is to show you that no, homosexuality is not inherently moral, but it isn't immoral either. It's got absolutely nothing to do with morality, and you therefore have no right to morally judge people for it. In other words, I want to show you why even considering whether someone is being moral or not by simply being a homosexual is a ridiculous idea. I'm proposing a simple criteria by which you can judge whether or not an action falls within this moral sphere and can be judged in a moral context. If something doesn't fall within this category, then we can't view it in terms of morality and we can't judge people for it. Now, there are two boxes that must be checked in order to say that something does fall within the moral sphere. The first of these is that there must be a conscious agent committing the action, and the second is that the action must have some effect on human well-being. Now, as I've drawn a very high-quality table which has 4 sections, I don't know how well you can see this, but I've split it between conscious acts, unconscious acts, things that affect well-being, and things that don't affect well-being. As you can see, an action has to be both conscious and affect well-being to fall within the moral sphere, and I'll explain why. And I'm sorry that I have to spell this out, but there is a reason for it, so just bear with me. If an action does not affect well-being, then as we've already determined that morality is based upon well-being, it doesn't fall within the moral sphere, and can't be judged accordingly. For example, if I decide to lift my hand, that's a conscious act, but it doesn't have any effect on well-being, and therefore doesn't fall within the moral sphere. You can't judge me for doing it. Likewise, if I were to roll over in my sleep, that's an unconscious act, but it also doesn't have any effect on well-being, and so I definitely can't be morally judged for it. So now we can consider acts that do affect well-being. So take the following example. If I were to sleepwalk one night and knock over a glass of water in the kitchen before returning to bed, and do so completely unconsciously, and the next day somebody slipped on the water and died, I've committed an act that affects well-being. However, I wouldn't be held morally accountable because I didn't consciously do it. And you can see that that means it doesn't fall within the moral sphere. On the other hand, if I intentionally trip someone up, causing them injury, then I've done something that definitely affects well-being, and I've done so consciously. That means it falls within the moral sphere. Ding, 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 I can be held morally accountable.
Up till this point, I agree with Cosmic Spectic. Only those things that are done consciously and have a negative impact on someone else fall under the moral sphere.
How we can apply all of this to homosexuality. Firstly, does homosexuality affect well-being? Well, of course, we can talk all day about the benefits and detriments of gay parentage or the inclusion of homosexuality in sexual education, but these are separate issues from simply being a homosexual, and gay marriage for that matter too. Both of these things do not affect anybody else and therefore do not fall within the moral sphere. So in theory, we could conclude here.
This is not completely true. If two people are in agreement in doing an activity together, but that activity has an impact on the society, on the parents, the adopted children, then it will fall under the moral sphere.
But for the benefit of those still unconvinced, let's check homosexuality against our other moral criteria. So, secondly, is homosexuality a conscious choice? Now, there is a debate about this. It's a fatuous debate, however, and we can largely dismiss it. The problem with the debate is that it's usually framed in the following way. Either homosexuality is natural and determined by birth, or it's instilled in a person by their environment and upbringing. But think about it for a moment and you'll realize that even if being gay is determined by upbringing and environmental factors, it's still not a choice. Did you choose your music taste? Here's a trait that certainly doesn't come from your genes, but rather from your environment and your upbringing. Still, it's not a choice. And if something is not a choice, then you cannot be held morally accountable for it.
This is where I think Cosmic Spectic makes a bigger mistake, perhaps a blunder. Conscious thinking is one thing and free will is completely other. While he was describing doing an act consciously or unconsciously, when he showed us the matrix of which activity should be moral, amoral, or immoral, here he is talking about a very different point. Here he is talking whether homosexuality is free will or not. Free will is very different to conscious action. In the other videos that I have seen of Cosmic Skeptic, I know that he does not think that humans have free will. I agree with that. That means that all the actions that we do, even murder, mass murder, stealing, robbery, everything, all these activities are not done under free will. These are done because of the environment that we are in or the conditioning that we have. But that does not mean that these acts should not be put under moral or immoral category. Any action by an individual which impacts a bigger society falls under the moral sphere. Let us compare homosexuality with stealing. In both the cases, the people involved in the activity do not have free will. Will you not call stealing immoral? Will it still fall under immoral category? People involved in homosexuality as well may not have free will, but they are doing it consciously. Hence, having a debate whether homosexuality is moral or immoral is not out of the question.